Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Francesco Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, well, I guess this is my second video today. This isn't really a video targeted toward you guys, my YouTube fans, as much as you guys can watch it because it is public. This is really going out to two things: TT Games, Traveler's Tales, and James Anwil. I don't want to butcher your last name. So, previously this video, James tweeted that a lot of people, again, just quick recap, a lot of people were like, or he tweeted that a lot of people were saying, everyone seems to be flooding our Twitter asking about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and not how we're doing during the bullcrap virus. And I replied with, yeah, I care, I ask them all the time, but they don't respond to me because it's NDA and all that. And I just want to get something out of the way. TT Games, Traveler's Tales, you guys have done nothing wrong. Well, you have done some wrong things, but, that's for another video. You guys are my favorite video game company of all time. You do have some negatives, but you have a ton of positives, way more than any other game company I can know. So, you guys, know, but TT Games is literally only involved with the marketing for this game, or, excuse me, the gameplay and the making of this game. They have no control over the marketing. And I wish they would have told us that like 800 months ago when it was, an NDA. They could have just said that, but whatever. Whatever. But going into that whole factor that, no one seems to care about us, they just care about the game. Well, I mean, they are game devs. And, I responded to James and I said, well, it's kind of true. Everyone kind of values the game more than you guys because you're game developers. I don't, and Mr. Hostaboss and Dank Dan, we all love you guys because, again, you're a great company. You have a few negatives, but you're easily my favorite company ever for many, many different reasons, and I'll get to that in a positive video later. But James responded to me, and he's like, and I just responded to James, and I said, okay, well, maybe don't say that because you're going to awaken a beast, and awaken a beast it did. I made the video, I put it on Twitter, and James, of course, saw it, and he freaked out. And if you're watching this, James, I'm sorry, but, I think he called me extremely disrespectful or something like that, and that really got to me. Because TT Games, like I said, is my favorite game company ever. There's a few negatives, but really, you guys can do no wrong. You're one of the best all-ages game developers ever made. You're fantastic. And I know that the marketing is trash for this game. But it's not TT Games' fault. It's not your fault, James. It's not TT Games' fault. So, James got mad and he said, you're doing a good impression of me, ha. And this voice trying to do, that voice. You guys know, I do that voice all the time. And that isn't me making fun of a specific person. That's just me trying to be comedic and make light of it. Because it's more comedic to hear, a funny voice than my normal voice. And of course, James, if you're seeing this, you probably aren't a faithful viewer and you just didn't know that and you thought I was making fun of you. I was not. And I apologize if you thought I was. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I probably shouldn't have done that voice, but I probably will say that I love you guys. I love TT Games, I really, really do. And the fact that James called me disrespectful really got to me, because I'm not. And, I say things, and you must think that disrespect is criticism, because you guys are not a perfect company. You're very close to it. You're this close, And the marketing is not one of those reasons, because again, you guys don't handle it. You just make the game. And I'm sure when we get news, it'll be great. Maybe you should have told us before there was an NDA 6 months ago. Maybe you should have told us that we were working from home. Because when you come out, James, and you're like, oh, how come no one cares about us? Well, because you don't tell us. So why would we respond if all we ask of you and all you're going to respond to us is, oh, NDA, we can't. So it's like, why should we even care? You know what I mean? Of course we care about your health and your safety because, we are respectable humans. But the sad part is, because LEGO games are enjoyable for all ages, kids and children can also watch them and play them. They're not only made for children, as teens and adults love them, but children or kids can play them. And a majority of the people, I'd say maybe like half of the people that flood those Twitter gates are probably children. I don't know and I can't tell, but when James goes, oh, no one cares about me and my friends and the company, well, it's probably because children don't really know about coronavirus or don't care, and all they care about is the LEGO game, I care about the LEGO game, but I also care about you guys, as I've tweeted plenty of times. How you doing? Is this affecting the game? Is it affecting your lives? They can't say because of an NDA. So, I'm not apologizing for anything in that video except for making that funny voice, because apparently he just didn't get the joke. I don't know. James, if you're seeing this, I am not being rude. I am not being disrespectful. I'm sorry if you think I was, or I apologize if you thought I was being rude to you. I wasn't trying to be. It was simply for comedic purposes. This is just me trying to clear this up because I really do love you guys. And, I hate it when they're always like, oh, you're so disrespectful, because I'm not. I'm like a really nice guy, apparently, I think. I don't know. But going forward, I am sorry for that, but, maybe the way that tweet, the whole, it's hard to explain, but TT Games is nothing to do with Skywalker Saga. They're just making it. It's the marketing guys that are morons and that are bad, And whoever's in charge of the marketing, they're not a bad person, they're just not the smartest. Because when you announce something in June 2019 and you have nothing, it's, you want to ask the developers, hey, what's going on, and then they can't tell you, and then that just leads to more confusion, and this leads to this kind of tweet where James goes, oh, no one cares about us. It's like, no, we do. It's just that either it's probably children just want the game, or adults like me and Hosta Boss and Take Dan who want the game but also care, but you can't answer because of an NDA. And that's it. It's a very restrictive thing. It's a very double-edged sword type thing. So saying the marketing's bad, that is true. I'm sure when it comes, it's for a reason. We just don't know that reason. So James, if you're seeing this, I think it was inappropriate to call me what you said, and I am defending myself because everything I said in that video I stand by. I did not call you a moron, and if I did, I accidentally said that. I didn't mean to call you a moron, I meant to call the marketing guys. Or just the whole marketing purpose of this is moronic. You, James, are not moronic. You are part of TT Games. I mean, I'm assuming you're just another great guy who works on great games. But for you to say that I'm, very disrespectful, that is wrong. And if you got it the wrong way, I'm sorry. Again, I do funny voices all the time. And if I called you a moron, I really didn't mean it. I was just spouting off, and I don't write scripts for these, so I guess I just accidentally spoke that. I did not mean to call you a moron, James. I meant to call the marketing aspect of this moronic. But again, it didn't get to me, but it kind of did, because I honor TT Games in such high esteem. They're not perfect, but they're very close to perfect. And for them to come back at me, one of their biggest fans, and call me bad and evil, I'm just like, well, that's not simply true. You either didn't watch the video, James, all of it, or you just watched to the point where I started doing a funny voice and you disliked. I don't know. But again, this is to James and TT Games. TT Games, I love you guys. When it comes to the marketing of this game, you have done no wrong. And we know that now. I wish you would have said sooner it was an NDA so we didn't all assume you were just lazy. Now we know you're not lazy, you're working very hard, and especially with this freaking virus, it really is something to, commend you guys for. It must not be easy. And a lot of people do care about you. Truly, I care about you guys. I want you to be safe and healthy in your environment. And I also want the game to come out because, again, you're game developers, not just people on the internet. So, of course, people want the game more than you to be safe. And that sounds really bad, but, a lot of it's kind of true, you're game devs. But, again, to end this video, James, I'm sorry if you thought I was disrespectful. I really wasn't. I think you just took it the wrong way. Calling me disrespectful is wrong because I'm not. The marketing is bad. And I'm sure, again, they'll probably have the reason to, push it out there and do that. But I just wanted to make this little apology video to James, who called me a bad person. I'm not. I didn't mean to say those things. I did mean to say them, but not to you. I didn't call you a moron. And if I did, like I said, I misspoke. I meant to call the whole marketing team, moronic. Not the persons, but the idea of all this silence and this whole NDA thing. It's really kind of ridiculous. Once we do get news, I will be covering it. Of course, I don't want to be a stain on TT Games. I don't want them to see my tweets and say, oh, this kid's retarded, or oh, this kid's evil, or whatever, because I'm not. I do speak my mind, however. I am not one of those millennial kids that, oh, I have to be careful. I do say what I think. Of course, not in that way. I'm not going to say evil things about people, but saying the marketing is bad, I mean, yeah, it's true. But hopefully we'll get something soon. Again, James, I did not mean to cause you any mental harm, as apparently I have, and then you, of course, came back at me. I defended myself on Twitter, but let's be honest, you probably didn't read any of those. And you're probably not going to watch this either because you're so mad at me. But if you have the nerve to watch this, I am apologizing if you took any, offense to that. Again, nothing was said to you, James, except that maybe you shouldn't have said that no one cares about you, or, you get 100 things about the game, but nothing to you guys. We do care. It's just that because you can't tell us what's happening, why should we ask? Because we know the answer. NDA. We can't tell you, I'm sure you can tell us some things, but, it's kind of a tricky fine line there. So again, I am not losing sleep over this. I said what I wanted to say. I don't apologize for it. I do apologize for, the funny voice. If you didn't understand, again, that was a joke. Everything I said to you, Regarding that tweet, I meant in a very positive and criticizing way. I did not mean it to be negative. I meant it to be positive criticism because, let's be honest, you guys are a great company, but you're not perfect. And if you can't take criticism like that tweet and come back at me, that's not a good thing. I was simply stating that people do care about you, and they also care about the game. That's it. So again, I hope to clear up this bad blood. Again, I like literally honor you guys. You know, you're one of the you're my favorite company ever, and it just makes me feel like butt inside to know that you guys hate me. And I know not everyone does, but James, I don't know what I did. I'm not taking any offense to it. I'm not losing sleep over it. I don't really care. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry if you got offended because everything that I said, I didn't mean to do it, you know, because it was really toward the marketing. Because again, TT Games has nothing to do with it. They just, for instance, they just make the shoes. The marketing promotes the shoes type thing. And the promoting of those shoes is very poor right now. But I'm sure when it kicks up, it'll have its reason to kick up. And we should be getting something soon. But again, James, I'm sorry if I caused you any ill will. I did not mean it. Please love me back. Again, I mean no disrespect at all. I mean, you're probably thinking, oh, I'm evil. But I'm not. I mean, ask my friends and my YouTube family. I don't make fun of people unless they really deserve it. And James, you did not deserve it. And, you know, I'm not saying I did a wrong thing, because I didn't. I said what I meant it. But at the same time, if you took that, you know, if you took it the wrong way, that's what I'm apologizing for. Because I didn't mean to make fun of you. I meant to make fun of this whole marketing aspect. So, if you see this, James, please respond to me on Twitter or leave a comment in the video. You know, just, you know, I am apologizing. So if you don't accept their apology, I don't know, whatever. It's what you want to do, man. But again, I am an adult. I said what I said, and I meant it. Regarding your tweet, that's what I meant. You know, I really think you shouldn't have said that because a lot of people do care about your health. It's just that because of this NDA, we don't know what to ask, and then you don't respond, and it's a whole thing. So, again, I'm going to end the video here. Just wanted a quick little apology for this first video. Again, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not apologizing for anything. I'm apologizing to James, however, if I offended you. I didn't mean to. I just meant to kind of, you know, offend this whole crazy marketing thing that's going on. Please, James, and everyone at TT Games, I respect and love all of you guys. It's the marketing guys that are a bit iffy. And I'm looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to news. Please stay healthy, wash your hands, and again, I'm not losing sleep. This does not affect me at all, but I just did want to let you know, James and TT Games, that you guys are pretty much great in this instance. It was a whole thing. So thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.